Here is your final product for your research project. I'm going to show you how to modify this and our expectations with modifying this template for your artist. With this, you're going to get this in your Google Classroom. It's going to be posted as an assignment. However, your project is not getting graded through Google Classroom. Instead, it is getting graded through the Google slideshow that you're going to share with everybody. Okay, and I'll go over that here at the end of the presentation. Also, for this project, you're going to create this fake Facebook page. Now, many of you probably don't have Facebook, and that's a great thing. I'm glad that you don't have that. You shouldn't as middle school students. And if you do, well, then I don't know, maybe you need to think about not being on it. But that's a whole nother lesson and a whole nother day. If you are unfamiliar with Facebook, the concept is that people have a Facebook page, and on that page they can post things that they commonly do. Typically, they showcase like the best things that they do and not like the worst things. So, like, maybe they make an amazing dinner and they post that, or they go on a fancy vacation somewhere and they post that, or they're frustrated with something and they post about their frustration. So it is a way for people to kind of look into each other's lives. And there's companies that post things as well. There's events that you can see, things like that. So that's kind of the gist of Facebook. You can also post pictures on there and things like that. And that's kind of what you need to know to be able to do this. And it's, even if you don't have any clue about Facebook, you can still do this project. I promise. It's pretty easy. You're just simply taking your information and placing it on the slideshow. Now, a word of advice: do not go through and delete every single component at the beginning of your work with this, because if you do that, you're going to have a really hard time figuring out where things go. So delete something, replace it with your thing. Delete something, replace it with your thing. All right, so this first slide's pretty simple. You're just putting your name, your art section, and your famous artist name. The next slide, this is where you're going to start putting your artist stuff. So you need a picture of your artist. So again, you delete this, put your artist in. You need to update the cover photo here, make it something that would be good for your artist. It could be their artwork, it could be something that they would like, whatever. But delete it, put in your update that. A lot of people in the past have lost points for that because they didn't do that portion. Down here is the About Them section. And in your packet, it corresponds on each page. It says, this piece of information goes here. So use that. Then there's the What's on Your Mind. So this is typically where people are like, oh, I had a really great cup of coffee today. People don't put that, but there's just something at the top of my mind, a good cup of coffee. That sounds awesome right now. Or, it should be different than what Miss Brown has here. So if you keep hers or you only modify hers a little bit, I'll probably take off points. So make sure it's original. Then here you're going to replace this picture of your artist. One thing, make sure you replace up at the top, and you might want to, like at the very beginning, go through, delete where it says Edvard Munch and put your artist, because people lose points for that. You're going to put here, you're going to put some information about the artist's life and such, the education and training, life as an artist. There's only 3 points there. Then slide 4 is the artist artwork. You're going to put you're going to change that artwork with your artwork, along with, you need the name of the artwork and the year it was made. If your artist didn't give your artwork names, like a lot of the comic artists don't give the artist names, you can come up with a substitution for it. That's fine. It should be accurate with what's happening in the comic. And also the year that it was created would be wonderful. It's kind of required, not just wonderful. Then slide 5, who they would be friends with, what those friends would either say about them or something like how they know each other, something like that. It should be different artists than what Miss Brown has on here. Now, you are allowed to keep one of those, but it should be a different picture of that person. It should be different things. You're also allowed to have made up people. So if you have Charles Schultz, they may be Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Lucy, Linus, those people. That's perfectly okay. Same with Walt Disney and some of the others. But come up with people that they could have been friends with. It doesn't mean it doesn't have to be like they were alive during the same time. We're just looking for 4 people that they would be friends with. It could be family members. I mean, the sky is the limit, just as long as they are 4 friends that are reasonable for that artist. And then you'll also make sure you change that. That's it. It's pretty easy to get a good grade on this. The people who typically get bad grades are the ones that just don't do it. So you do the work, you should be awesome and get a great grade. Now, the next part of this I want to show you really quickly is when you're all finished, you are going to not hand it in through Google Classroom. Instead, you are going to make this, you're going to change the sharing settings here to anyone with a link, and you're going to change it as, yes, viewer, copy link, and then this is going to go in the slideshow. I have a whole nother video about this, but that's what you should do at the very end. All right, if you have questions, please ask. Also, please make sure you're checking out the rubric to make sure you're getting the best possible score on your project and you get that A, because you definitely want an A on this project. Who doesn't, right? All right, if you have questions, please ask us.